I'm going to show you a quick demo of the map creator for your gym. What you'll start with is uploading images that are architectural images or some sort of scaled image of your gym. And the reason we want to do this is because eventually we might be using indoor locating beacons with Pebble. So it's important that your gym map is to scale. So click on here and let's see, get our architectural drawings, and they need to be PNGs or JPEGs. So if you have like a PDF or something, then make a screenshot before you try to upload it. And just drag into here, or you can click there, and then it'll upload the images to use to trace to create your map. And you'll notice they're up in the corner, but we can easily use our if you have a mouse wheel to zoom in and out, or whatever you have on your computer that correlates to a mouse wheel. Some trackpads use like 2 fingers. So we've got our images that we can trace now, and you can use this tool to move them around or delete them or even rotate them. I'll go through all these tools in a second, but let's use this tool to move these drawings around. And I'm going to use this 3rd floor image to do the overall building and the climbing walls. So let's get these other 2 out of the way. So the next tool is our building tool, and you'll just use this to trace your building. So first, to do that, you'll just start clicking, and each click will draw a line. So I'll click at this corner and pull this down, and you can use Shift to lock it to 45 or horizontal or vertical. And since most buildings are rectangles, that can be helpful. So then I'll also use Shift to get a horizontal line. And then once you're at the end and you're near that first click, if you click it, it'll link those lines together, and now you no longer have a wall that you're drawing. After we've done the outline, the building outline, you can hide your guides to sort of see what that'll look like using this button. So it's a rectangle. This building's kind of a boring building in that regard. After you've drawn your building, you can start drawing your walls. And I'm going to zoom in on this image so that I can easily trace this wall layout. And the most inner part of this wall is the bottom part of the wall, and then the outer part is the top part of the wall, so it's overhanging wall. And we have 2 tools for that, 1 tool to draw the base of your wall and 1 tool to draw the overhangs. So we'll start with the base tool, and I'll just start clicking on the image to correspond to the bottom of the wall. And once we've completed that, you'll notice there were some curves to the wall. You can drag these and that will create a curve. You can also drag, if you weren't exact and you want to adjust this a little bit, you can move these as well. So once that's done, we can trace the overhang portion of our wall, and I'll do it the exact same way. I'll start at a point and start clicking on the image where it corresponds to the overhang section of the wall. And I'll be precise. And bear with me. You'll notice this curve here. I can't create the curve while I'm tracing it out, but after I've connected the last one, I can bring this down to find that curve. I can also do it on this one. All right, so that's our first wall. Let's save it. You always want to save your work. It doesn't auto-save. You can also, the next tool is a text tool, but I'll show you how a good use for that might be labeling the front desk. And this image doesn't have the front desk, but I'm just gonna guess at about where it is. I'm gonna use the building tool to draw it. I'll hold down shift. And if you mess up and you're like, oh, I meant to be over here, you can just hit escape and that will remove the entire line and you can start over. So this is roughly where the front desk is. And if I got too close to this and it actually connected, I can also use the delete tool to select this and delete it. Okay. But let's finally draw this. So let's say this is our front desk, and you can zoom in if you want to make sure you don't accidentally connect the two lines. Okay, so that's connected, and now we can use our text tool. And to use the text tool, you need to define what your text is going to say. So it'll say front desk, add text, and it's just going to add it to the map. And you might have to look around for where it is. Here it is. But now you'll need the move, scale, and rotate tool to move it to where the front desk is. And text can't be vertical, it has to be horizontal, so it's probably best to do something like that. And then we can hide the guides to see what that'll look like. And this is in dark mode, it'll look a bit different in light mode. But if we zoom out, you'll notice that the text stays the same size and some other things like the line thickness stay the same size. That's just so that if you zoom in, if you zoom in or out, you can still read the text. And as you zoom in, the lines don't get in the way of the climbs if they're on the map. Also, working with this, if you are in the scale and rotate tool and you click on something, then you can move it around. But if you're not using the scale rotate tool, or even if you are, if you click on nothing, no object, then you can drag the whole thing around. So that's an easy way to position everything. And there's no need to think about where it's positioned. When it's uploaded into the app, it'll just sort of center everything regardless of where you put it on this creator. So we've gone through these 5 tools. This one is to add more guides. Oh, let's save this just to make sure. This one is to add more guides if you want to add more images. This is, as I've shown, to show and hide the guides. And then the final tool is your area tool, and this is used to define your areas on your map. And you do this in order so that users can zoom into that area. You'll see a little area icon on the map if you're zoomed out far enough. And so that when your setters are adding climbs to the map, it'll automatically zoom into the area that they're setting. So to use that, you click on it and you just click and drag to draw a rectangle of the area. And then after you do that, it'll ask you which area this is. And I'm not super familiar with South Main's route climbing, but I think it's the beast wall here. So then it defines that. And let's save it, and you can continue using the area tool to select areas in your gym and then labeling them. I'm not sure what this section, let's see, let's call it steep right. So as you do that, and you won't be able to publish your map until all areas are assigned to the map, and you'll want to create your areas before you even begin the map. So make sure all your areas for your gym is created before you start drawing your map. Now, as soon as you start drawing the map, your route setters will see it in the app, and they'll see it when they're route setting as this little location icon. And if they click on that, then this is a different area, but then that area will be highlighted, whatever area they're setting, and then they can place their dot at the spot where it is on the wall, and then hit save. this one's a bit crowded, but yeah, so that's how your root stairs will start placing the climbs on the map. And once all your climbs have been placed on the map and your map is done, you can click this button and all your areas are added. You can click this button and it'll go public for all the users of Pebble. Yeah, and I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions or you run into any issues. Oh, one last thing, you can change your building wall color. I forgot to show you that, or your climbing wall color. Yeah, okay. You can play around. I might have missed some things, but play around. Let me know if you like it or if you run into any issues. If you do, contact me at support@pebbleclimbing.com, and I hope you like it. Have a good one.